Hello. Today's topic is another product reveal or products revealed, plus my Weight Watchers weekly weigh-in. Now, before I get started on the topics for today, I want to explain that I am on Weight Watchers. I am an online-only member, but I do follow the current program that Weight Watchers has implemented, and it is the Personal Points Plan or the Personal Points Program, and I really like it. Now, I have had marginal success at it, but I'm not in active weight loss mode. If I was, I believe I would be having great success with it. I feel like it gives good incentive for people to eat non-starchy vegetables and a lot of fruits and foods that are just good for you. So I'm enjoying it. I do believe it's one of the best plans they've ever had. In the long run, I'm going to prefer this plan over most of the other plans I've lived through. Okay, let's get started with today's product reveal, or like I said earlier, products reveal. Will probably be one in a series of reveals because it concerns a food that we all consume, or at least I know I always have, and it's several products that I use, and I'm sort of trying to classify them. So today it is canned foods, and my classification for the most part is beans and peas. Now the first one that I want to share with you is a pea that I have eaten since I cannot remember the first time I ate it. My mother used it, this specific brand, and so I grew up eating it. And you know, this is the great part about Weight Watchers. You don't have to give up everything that you've always eaten. Yes, you do have to account for it, but you don't have to give it up if you can control how much you eat by portion sizes and you track it. So since I was a little girl, I remember seeing these in my mother's pantry, and it was this silver can, and it's Le Sueur. Now, I have always called it English peas, but on the Le Sueur cans, it always calls it sweet peas. And I specifically try to find the less sodium. Now, sometimes you can't find that, so be okay with it if you can't, and just rinse the peas really well when you drain them before you prepare them. And for 1/2 of a cup serving for these sweet peas, or English peas as I call them, it is 1 personal point. Now you notice it's a vegetable. Why has it got 1 personal point, Meema? It's because it contains sugar. And I had no idea that it had sugar until some of the vegetables, about whenever we started, I think it was freestyle, some of the peas and the beans became 0 smart points at the time. That's when I first realized that this didn't. It was not a 0-pointed food. It still had 1 point. So I began to look and try to figure out why. And it's because one of the ingredients is sugar. But I was willing to give up that 1 point so that I could still have something I had eaten since childhood. So, sweet peas, 1 personal point per serving. Now this is not peas or beans, but it is made by Le Sueur. And I've been eating it off and on probably about 10 years. I did find it before I ever started Weight Watchers. I really like it. And I have not always liked cooked carrots. And that's what this is. It's Le Sueur. And this is called Tender Baby whole carrots. It too, for 1/2 cup serving, is 1 personal point. It's always been pointed, and it's the exact same reason why the sweet peas are pointed. It does contain sugar, but it's just something that I really believe I'm going to eat. If it doesn't have sugar, I don't like it as much. So I've learned to incorporate this into my at least weekly food list. Years ago, when I was diagnosed with glaucoma, I was told by my eye doctor that for me to have the best eyesight possible, I needed to eat yellow or orange vegetables, which carrots is obviously an orange vegetable, as are sweet potatoes and squash. Stuff like that is what I was already eating, but when I was diagnosed with that, I really incorporated it into my diet even more so. LeSueur baby carrots. All right, this next one, it's another one that I've eaten for most of my life. I have a lot of different brands that I will eat of it, but this is just what I had on hand. It's Bush's black-eyed peas. And now I even said it wrong right there. I said black-eyed peas. It's black-eye peas. I mean, it's whatever you get used to saying. I don't know that y'all have the same situation going on, but I do. So this for 1/2 cup serving is 0 personal points. So this is one of these beans that when Weight Watchers changed over to, I want to say freestyle, the beans became 0 points if they didn't contain sugar. And so the black-eyed peas were one of those beans that didn't have it. So I really like to eat this with ham. That's one of my favorite combinations. Ham, sweet potato, and black-eyed peas. It makes a wonderful meal. Now, it has points to it, but that's just something you learn to do. Now, this doesn't have points, but the sweet potato and the ham do. But you learn, you can't eat 0-point foods all the time. You have to have some pointed foods. So when you can eat something from a can that you can fix in just a few minutes, and it's 0 pointed foods, that's a winner. Black-eyed peas, 1/2 cup serving, 0 personal points. The company called Goya, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and I have, these are the black beans. Whenever I fix Mexican food, this is what I have a tendency to be drawn toward. If I can find the low sodium, that's what kind I like to use. It's very hard to find it in Goya, so most of these are going to have a pretty high sodium content, but for 1/2 cup serving, it's 0 personal points. And I went like this. I guess I should go like that. It's 0 personal points. A lot of times it's one dish meals that it gets added to, and it's very good. I mean, it gives that completeness to me. It's another bean that was pointed before Weight Watchers went into freestyle. It's not now, but the big thing is you have to keep it under that 1/2 cup or at the 1/2 cup serving. And the final reveal for today is another Goya product, and it's red kidney beans. I started using this particular type of kidney beans when I went to a Weight Watchers meeting. Yes, I have been to one Weight Watchers meeting. It was about 4 years ago, and Weight Watchers was saying no matter whether you were online only or if you joined to go to meetings, you could go to one meeting, so I did. And while I was there, one of the members said, get Goya kidney beans. They don't have sugar. Now before that, I didn't realize that any beans had sugar. And I began to look the next time I went to the grocery store, and every can of kidney beans that I picked up had sugar in it. Now, at the time, I couldn't get this brand at my local grocery store. So, the next time I was at Walmart, I found it. And I picked it up, looked at the ingredients, and sure enough, no sugar. And yes, it only makes 1 point difference, but I can't tell in the taste any difference. And I add this to my chili. That's the main thing I use the red kidney beans for, is my turkey chili. And I want it in lowest points that I can get by with. And this is the answer. And the main difference between these kidney beans and all the rest of the brands is there's no sugar in this. So that makes it 1/2 cup serving is 0 personal points. That's all my product reviews for today. I hope you enjoy it. Now let's go to my weekly weigh-in. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to do my little commercial. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Comment if you have any questions about any of these canned foods. And share this with anybody if you think that they would benefit from it. But now, don't leave right now. Got my weigh-in results, so stay tuned. For my weigh-in results this week, I was a little, I don't want to use the word scared, but apprehensive, because I had fluctuated so much over the last 3 weeks. I weighed 118 3 weeks ago, then 113 2 weeks ago, and then last week I was back up to 118. So I was determined to keep my weight loss or my weight gain under a pound. So how did I do? I didn't do exactly what my plans were, but I came close. Last week I weighed in at 118 even. This morning I weighed in at 116.4. Now I lost a little more than I meant to, but that's okay. 1.5 pounds is not that bad of a swing. It's nothing like the 5 pounds were the last 3 weeks. So that's what I had. I now weigh 116.4. Until next time, goodbye.